These past couple of years, video game adaptations have become good, especially in the TV world with Fallout and The Last of Us. They've got it right. The movies have gotten better. There's been some good ones. What happened here? Borderlands stars Cate Blanchett and Kevin Hart, and is based on the best-selling video game. This all-star action-adventure follows a ragtag team of misfits on a mission to save a missing girl who holds the key to unimaginable power. From director Eli Roth, the man that brought you Hostel and last year's Thanksgiving, comes a brand new video game movie, Borderlands. So let me give you my history of the Borderlands video games. I've played the first two games. I remember when that first one came out, and it was hot market. Like, there was a lot of just gamers playing that game. I'm pretty sure it won multiple Game of the Year awards. Like, I just remember that first one, like, very much. I remember playing the second one, but I never did play the third one or if there were any spinoffs. So I'm not like a die-hard fan, but I did play it growing up with my older sister, and I had fun with the games. And so I remember them always saying they wanted to do a movie, and then they were finally getting here. And as soon as I saw that it was PG-13, I instantly was like, what? And then they showed the trailer in front of Inside Out 2, which is a family-friendly movie, and I was like, okay, so we're going for family-friendly then? Like, and now I've seen the movie, and I can tell you this. If you're a fan of the video games, don't see this movie. Seriously, this movie is just the Hollywood version of Borderlands. It's scratching the surface of what it could be. And this is just honestly a disgrace to the video game fans of Borderlands. Like, this is not worth your time or money. Now, if you're just a fan of if you're a fan of movies and you've never played the video games and you want to go see the movie, don't. Honestly, don't. That, like, seriously, this movie is going to be compared to Guardians of the Galaxy right away, and it's honestly, I see why, but everything in this movie you have seen before in other movies done way better. I mean, this movie is dog shit. Truly, this is a dog shit movie. It is awful. As soon as it started, I was like, please get better. Somewhat better. Okay, nope, and then it just downhill, and I was like, okay, what are we, like, okay. Let's start off with some positives, and it's not many. Cate Blanchett, great actress. I like her in this movie. That's it. Like, honestly, I can't even tell you that she is great in this movie because of the dialogue, but her as Lilith, I will say, I like her as Lilith. You could play as Lilith in the game. There's like 4 or 5 characters you can play in that original game, and she was one of them. And I'll say I like her as the character. The costume of her and her look, I mean, they did a good job on. I will say this, a lot of the costumes in the movie, I'm like, that's the game. Yeah, that's it. You know, it kind of looked a little Comic-Con-ish. A lot of fans, you know. There was moments I'm like, that costume feels like a fan made it, which, again, there's some really good costumes made by fans. But in a movie that's $100 million, I'm just like, you could have done a little better. So yeah, and Kevin Hart, even though he's a very, very funny guy, he's in a more serious role in this movie, I thought he was fine. That's really it, guys. Like, this was a dog shit movie. Beginning with the negatives. What was this script, man? Okay, so in the game, the story is around the vault, okay? Like, they're trying to get to the vault, and it deals with, like, what is in the vault. This movie is just cookie cutter, one destination, here we go. But the game itself is open world, and there's so much to the game. Now, obviously, in a movie, you can't do everything. But in an hour and 40-minute runtime, they do nothing with the world and, like, the characters around them. They don't give anyone time because the movie's, like, at a fast pace, because I bet you producers are like, we need to get this movie going, we need the plot going, we need action, and it just, like, it never had time to breathe and really feel this world. And I feel like a TV show or a 2-hour and 20-minute movie just would have worked way better. Or, and I hate to say this, a better director. Eli Roth has been really hit or miss for me. I liked Thanksgiving. I kind of like Hostel, and a lot of his other movies are just but he usually has bad dialogue, and he co-wrote this movie, and apparently the original writer of this movie said, I want my name off the script. I want nothing to do with this movie. And apparently, Eli Roth was filming Thanksgiving, and they did reshoots on this movie with a total different director. I think it was the guy who did Deadpool. I could be wrong. But either way, that just shows you, like, Eli Roth, do you care about this movie? And if he does, I could be wrong. He might love the video games. Watching this movie, it looked like no one gave a fuck about this story. No one cared about the characters, the story, anything. I'm like, this is just disgraceful, honestly. And as just a fan of movies, there's nothing interesting in this movie. We have our ragtag team, we got our characters together. I can't remember the last time I watched a movie where like a group of, an ensemble works together. This movie, none of them have chemistry. None of them. And you're supposed to have relationships in this movie. Like with Ariana Greenblatt, she's like the little girl that they're trying to get to this vault to. Yeah, Cate Blanchett and her, they try to build something there. Never worked. They tried to give Cate Blanchett her character background. You've seen it before, way better. And then you have like Kevin Hart. He's like, that Jack Black. That's who I don't want to forget. Jack Black was annoying as fuck in this movie. I'm sorry. He as Claptrap in the game. Claptrap is just kind of annoying little side character. They try to make him like, I guess like the mini little comedic character in the movie, and it is just awful. I did not laugh. I never laughed once in this movie. And there's many times where the dialogue is just joke, 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 joke. And it's like there's no character at all in this movie. And everyone in this movie just feels like they don't care. Like the action scenes, uninspiring. There's nothing. There's no style in this movie. There's no heart to this movie. It's just like there. Like honestly, there's nothing there. And I'm just sitting there like, who are you going for? Because you've pissed off the fans of the game. People who watch this movie, you give them nothing that's like, ooh, I need to go see this movie. There's nothing in this movie. Nothing. The soundtrack, it honestly rips right from Guardians of the Galaxy. Ooh, let's put like a rock song in there. That's what the Guardians Galaxy did. Guardians of the Galaxy came out 10 years ago. This movie might have been a cool little movie like in 2008 or 2010 when, the game came out. But no, this movie doesn't care about anything. I literally just sat there and watched this movie. I was like, the dialogue is horrible. The script there's nothing. Our bad guy, what bad guy? That is cookie cutter. Like, it was Edgar Ramírez. I'm sorry if I said his name wrong. I mean, nothing. He gets nothing to do. He's not even villainous. I mean, this is an awful piece of shit. Seriously, this is a waste. This honestly felt like producers of Hollywood took a product and were like, oh, people like Borderlands, let's make a movie out of it. And let's not care about any of the video game, and let's not make the movie worthy of a movie theater experience. It was shit from beginning to end, and I walk away saying, no. I'm giving Borderlands an F. Easily one of the worst movies I have seen this year. And I'll say this, it moved at a fast pace. It honestly was like, oh, it's over. So there's a positive, I guess. But hey, when you have a narrator at the beginning of this movie just explaining everything and then trying to explain the situation, and then there's like no narration until the very end of the movie. It's like, if you're going to narrate. Like, just, the script is so bad. So bad. This is just awful. Do not see it. Seriously, do not waste your time with this. Again, movie fans, don't do it. Fans of the video game, trust me, don't. Anyway, you guys enjoy this movie review. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.